Hi guys, welcome back. I'm sorry if my voice still sounds a little sickly. Your girl is still trying to, get herself together, feel better. But I'm ready to put on some makeup, do something with myself today, and I have like some new products I want to try out. I'm really excited about this WYN Beauty foundation. Very curious about the foundation as well as the concealers. I have a lighter one and one that's more skin tone to try out. I also want to try out this curve case, like bronzing and blushing, like cream situation. So I just have like some goodies over here that I want to get acquainted with. So I'm like, you know what? Suck it up. If you sound crazy, they used to it. But let's go ahead and get started with a makeup look. So I'm going to start. My face is clean and moisturized. My brows are still not done. It's funny. I'm really loving how my brows have grown in. And, when I clean them up, like this brow, I love. If this brow looked like this brow, I wouldn't do nothing to my brows because I actually love this brow. But this brow wants to play, hide and go seek half the time. So I have to kind of fill it in. So I'm just going to sparsely try to make this one match this one. Honey, we ain't doing a whole lot today. But starting off, I want to use my CEO Sunday Riley a face cream just to kind of get a little bit of moisturization going on before I, just do a little bit of cleaning up of my brows. This stuff smells so good. It has like that citrusy smell to it. I don't have my mic in. I hope you guys can hear me okay because I don't have my mic in or anyway, but my nose is so dry. You might see like some peeling skin around my nose from me blowing it so much. It was so sore, from New Year's Eve and New Year's Day and hereafter, just me, blowing and I got some of those like moisturized face tissues or whatever to try to give my nose a break because it was so sore, but it's not running anymore, thank God, and I'm feeling a lot better. I'm just kind of moving in slow motion. But anyways, this stuff is really nice, as you can see. Very moisturizing to the skin. And y'all see my dark circles is kicking in, okay? I might actually do my face first today. I prefer to do my eyes first most times, but I might do my face first today. And a lot of that is because I don't know what palette I want to use. I really need to get back on my Pat McGrath palettes, where I'm doing my Pat McGrath, going through all of my Pat McGrath palettes. But the next palette is really not one of my favorites. So it's like I've kind of been stalling on using it. It's the, number 4 Decadence, I believe. That's the one that's like all shimmer. And they're all like colored shimmer. And of course, I can do a look with that. But it's just not a favorite of mine right now. So I'm going in with this Fenty Beauty brow stick. I really love this. It is, just a wax stick for the brows from them. And I mean, I have fallen in love with this from the first time I used it, and I didn't see it on the Sephora site anymore. So I actually started using the NYX brow glue, which I really like, but this is honestly my favorite. So I really need to take a look on the Fenty Beauty website and see if they still have it, because that's actually my favorite. So I usually just go through my brows, lay them down as best I can, brush through them just to kind of like push them up. And this brush has a little bit of product in it. That's why if you see me kind of wiping my skin off, it has a little bit of brow gel in there. But yeah, so I usually just do that, and then I go in with my pencil. Right now I'm using this Wet n Wild breakup proof, waterproof, retractable gel eyeliner as my brow pencil, because it works. For me, it's easy and I don't have any issues. So this is what I'm going to use before I clean them up. And I really do just kind of gently go in and just kind of stretch this brow out a little bit, since it's really just not as long as my other brow. But I don't like my brows to be, you know, to have too much going on. You know, sometimes I'll go over a little bit too much because I know I'm going to clean it up, but I really am just trying to get these to match as close as possible. But everything else I have to do on my face, I don't like to spend too much time on my brows. I just don't. So I just try to get them as close as possible. Good enough. Y'all see I'm sweating. I'm still sweating, not only because I'm old, but because, you know, my body is still sweating out that nastiness. So okay, I went ahead and put my mic on, so hopefully the sound will be better. So now I'm gonna go in with this concealer. I don't even remember, it's all wiped off, you guys, but this is just like a pretty close to skin tone concealer that I'm using to clean up my brows, and I'm just using a very, very flat brush, as you can see here. I got these brushes from Beats by Deb. I don't even know if she still sells them anymore, but I got these from her like years ago when she first came out with them, and I was like, girl. She came out with some, you know, super like larger ones and some smaller ones. Super, super flat brushes, which are really, really good for cleaning up under your brows like I'm doing now, as well as doing cut creases. These are perfect for cut creases. Oh my goodness. So I don't know if she still sells them. If she does, I'll try and remember to link them in my description box. If not, if she doesn't sell them anymore now, then gosh, I don't know. I haven't come across anyone that sells these type of brushes that are this flat. You know, so I cherish these, honey. If I lost these, I'd be like freaking out because I use them every single time I do my makeup. But yeah, she came out with a winner with these, honey. But if I'll look and see if she still sells them, then I will link them. Otherwise, I don't know what to tell y'all because I haven't seen nobody with no brushes this flat. I've seen some, you know, come kind of close, but not this flat. These are really, really flat and really, really precise, and I love them for that. And as you can see, I don't put a whole lot of concealer around my brows because it's just like, you know, a whole bunch of unnecessary extra product that I don't like on my face. So I just do enough just to clean them up, just enough. And, you know, my patience is very short, so I don't spend a whole lot of time on my brows. Okay, am I gonna do my face first or my eyes first? Let's do the eyes first. I am going to prep my eyes with my Urban Decay primer potion. So I'm going to use this for my eyeshadow primer today. And I pulled this little Natasha Denona mini eye sculpt palette. I did grab this before my no-buy. Before my no-buy started. But anyway, so I grabbed this. So I do kind of want to just do some crease work, maybe a little deepening with this. And for my lid, I pulled some single shadows that I have in my little Sample Beauty palette, and these are really like super gorgeous shimmers, child, and they're like all different singles. So I'll just put them on the screen, I guess. because I'm not going to take them out of here for now, but I will swatch these for you. These are just some of my like favorite really pretty shim shims. As you can see, they are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, gorgeous, gorgeous. Any of these will look beautiful on the lid or as an inner corner pop, and so that's why I have them all in this little quad. You see that? Oh, just a dream, right? So yeah, I'm not sure exactly which ones I'm going to use out of here. And then I also pulled my Coastal Lights Flower Beauty palette. Yeah, so these are really pretty as well. I really have my eye on this right here though, because I'm not really in the mood for like color right now. And see, this is like a really gorgeous taupey shade. So I don't think I'm going to do any of the colorful shimmers out of there. But this pretty taupe, yeah, I'm thinking that might actually go on my lid with this Natasha Denona palette. So let's go ahead, prep the eyes, and then we will get started. My lips are a little dry, so I'm gonna go in with some of this Summer Fridays lip balm. Much better. Okay, so with this Natasha Denona palette, the shades are fair, light, medium, deep, and black. So very, very simple. Fair, light, medium, deep, and black. So I'm going to go into light, just, you know, to set my lid. And I'm just tapping it just to get a feel for this formula. I don't use my Natasha Denona palettes nearly as much as I should. Whenever I use them, I'm always extremely pleased with the performance and the formulation, the pigmentation, the blendability. I'm always very, very impressed. But for some reason, I don't know if it's the color, you know, color stories of the palettes, because they're not exciting or whatever, that tends me to not really gravitate to them. Honestly, I don't know, but I'm definitely going to gravitate to them more this year, since I'm really focusing on, you know, using the makeup that I have, and eyeshadows is a huge part of my, you know, beauty collection. So I'm really excited because I know that her formula is bomb. I just need to use it more and enjoy it more. So, okay, now I have my base set nicely. Do I want to go into the medium? Yeah, let's just go into medium and see how that looks on my skin tone. So I'm going to go into medium, and I'm going to really just focus that in the crease area here. And I do like to tap and then blend, you know. And since this isn't the most exciting type of palette, I'm just going to go in and just get her done. Get her done. This is more of like one of those workhorse type palettes, you know, for everyday eye looks. You just pick a shade that you like in your crease and throw it on. And if you want to, you know, deepen it up for nighttime or add a little shimmer on the lid to jazz it up, that's how I really see this palette. It's definitely like a workhorse palette. So I'm actually kind of surprised that she came out with this palette in such a small size, because I would think these are shades that people would probably go through rather quickly. To be honest with you, find your favorite crease shade, you know, or your favorite blending shade or whatever, and you can probably go through this pretty quickly if you use it every day. So I wonder if this is a palette that she would make, you know, into a larger one. I don't know. I guess only time will tell, but I'm really, really loving how these shadows are performing. They're very, very smooth, very easy to blend, easy to apply, you know, very basic. And I have no issues with that at this point in time. Okay, so do I want to go into deep, or do I just want to hit that black? Let's go into deep. Let's check out, you know, all the shades. Let's go into deep. So that's the brown, the dark brown shade. And I'm just going to focus this, you know, probably on the inner and outer corners, just to deepen it up just a bit. Because even though it is early afternoon, you know your girl's gonna hit that black. You know your girl is gonna hit that black, okay? Because it's gonna be nighttime at some point today. So I'm just going in. I'm not even trying to be super neat and fancy. I really just want to see how all these shades layer, you know? Y'all see me sweating? Yeah. Okay, so that's layering very nicely. You could definitely see that dark brown on top of those two lighter shades. So it's layering very nicely. Okay, now it's time for your girl to hit this black, and I'm going in with a much smaller blending brush, so I can be very precise with where I put it, because I really just want to add a little bit. I ain't trying to do too much, you know, because black can really be extremely powerful on an eye look if you're not careful. And I really do just want just a little bit of deepening, honey. So, and that's what it's giving me. So very nice to control, easy to control, just a little bit. So how has you guys' New Year's been so far? Mine has basically been just kind of dragging around the house, you know, not really knowing what I feel like eating, not feeling like eating anything, knowing I should be drinking more water, but can't really keep anything down, barely being able to taste stuff. It's just kind of like, all right, here we are, starting another new year off sick. Okay. So it's like, I can't even do that, you know. Oh, I'm working out on the 1st. I'm, you know, doing this, that, and the 3rd. Like, child, I can't work out while I'm sick. I could barely work out while I'm healthy. So let's just keep it a buck, right? But yeah, that's definitely, I mean, it's not something where I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I gotta go crazy and this, that, and the 3rd, you know, with all of these workout goals and nutrition goals and stuff. But just in general, as a human being, I would like to be healthier, right? Just in general, it has nothing to do with it being 2025. You know, I really want to get back on my cardio so I can just have more energy and just strengthen up, you know, a bit more, a bit better. So now I'm just going to go in with that brush that I used for the very, very first super light shadow and just try to make sure these edges are nicely blended. So I'm not looking too crazy, right? Okay, so that was pretty easy to do. Cute little halo situation. Okay, and so I said I was going to use this Coastal Lights from Flower Beauty and go into this kind of taupey shade. Do these have names? They do. Tide, I believe that's the shade name for that. Tide. So it's really pretty. Let's see how pretty it looks on my lid. And I'm not even going in with any glitter glue or anything right now because I'm not in the mood. I just want to rub this in the center and give myself a little bit of a kind of taupey type situation, right? And I'm just tapping. Hello. I'm gonna have to clean that up. Oh, it's trash day. If you guys can hear the trash man. It is trash day over here, okay? But yeah, so we're just tapping. Doing a little dragging and pulling because I do have wrinkles and creases in my eyelids, you know, as I'm sure you guys can see. So I try to get some of that shadow in between those creases and crevices and cracks and whatnot. Okay. So let's do a little cleanup. I'm gonna take the brush that has the darkest brown on it, and I'm just going to tap the edges and gently drag across the top, not too much. Like so. Okay. This is kind of reminding me, like giving me the vibes of when I was using my teddy bear palette from Give Me Glow. Kind of giving me like the same type of vibes, you know? The same, only different. So, yeah. Just want to make sure I have a nice blend, okay? I feel like I need a little more black on this side. Okay, so far, very, very impressed. I really like this palette. I really do. It's very nice, very easy workhorse. Really like it. Very blendable, buildable. I like it a lot. And the Coastal Lights, these are gorgeous shimmers just all around. I really need to use these more often, so excited to use that. Okay, so let's move on to the face. I'm gonna clean up a little bit and then we move into primer. Okay, for my primer today, I'm using my Touch in Sol No Problem Primer. Haven't used this for quite a while. I pulled it for my Shop My Stash. So hopefully it still works nice, because I haven't used this stuff probably in years, to be honest with you. It still feels good. It still feels like it's filling up these pores. So, and it does have a little bit of slip. So we'll see how this works out in the long run. And I got a nice little friend over here that came to join the party this week, trying to keep me from being great. And I was like, you know what? You just gonna be part of the makeup look today, okay? Because we finna do this lumps, bumps, and everything else, okay? Yeah, still feels really nice. Really, really like it. You know, I just put a thin layer, but it does give like a nice little filling of the pores. Not too heavy, but it has a little bit of slip. So that's the only thing that I'm not sure how much I like, but definitely has a little bit of slip. Okay, so I'm gonna start out with one of these WYN Beauty concealers from Serena's brand. This one, I'll put the shade on the screen because it's so small, honey, I can't read it. This is the one that I picked that hopefully is a little bit closer to my skin tone. So I'm gonna use it to kind of hit these dark circles, hit this hyperpigmentation. Now, I really, really wish that I was one of the girlies that could use like the orange. And this is my first time, so I don't know how much of this I need. But I really, really wish I was one of the girlies that could use like the orange color corrector. I tried that in the past and I hate it. Absolutely hate it. I tried the peach one, like Huda Beauty and all that stuff, and I hate it. I just feel like it makes me look orange, and you know, it could be all in my head because I know, you know, that I'm putting orange on my face. I don't know, but I don't like it. I can see the orange through the foundation. I feel like I look like a dang on pumpkin. So I just gave up on orange color correctors for myself, you know, and I watch Jackie Aina and she'd be putting that orange color corrector on, and I don't know if it's because she's, you know, darker than I am. Maybe that's why it works better for her, because she's a little deeper than me, you know, and it's just, it don't work well for me. But child, I don't like it. So I'm going to use a brush, a nice little fluffy brush, to just kind of blend this out, because I don't want to take away from the coverage. And the coverage is looking pretty nice so far from what I can see. Okay. And the color is right. It's right, honey. The color is working out. Okay. It's definitely covering them dark spots, honey. I'm gonna use a lighter shade to brighten, you know, after I try this foundation out. So we'll see how that works out as well. But I ain't mad at it. I can still see a little bit here, but by the time I put on my foundation and powder and all that stuff, it'll be sufficient for me, I'm assuming, right? So now it is time for the foundation. I can't read that either, so I'm gonna put the shade on the screen. Really, really cute packaging, and it has like a little pump here. Very, very cute. So let me shake it up and let's see what the consistency is. Okay. Turn it to open it. Okay, so that's what the consistency is, and that's what my shade looks like. Should I do one pump to start? I'll start with one pump, and I'm going to use like an angled brush. When I do my, and I'm gonna spray it. Setting spray I'm using today is my Juvia's Place, so I'm just gonna use that to spray my brush a little bit. But when I am like putting on my foundation and stuff, it really does just depend on how I feel. I might use a fluffy brush, I might use a flat brush, I might use a sponge. And so right now, this is how I'm feeling. Feeling like using a fluffy angle brush just to kind of pounce this on my face, to be honest with you. Yeah, decent amount of coverage. Nice blendation, you know. It's what I'm in the mood for, but I don't want like heavy coverage right now. Definitely like the shade. I'm going to use just a little bit more, a very, very small amount more, because I feel like it's, gosh, how would I describe it? I'll put the, you know, what it says it's supposed to, the finish is supposed to be like on the screen, because I'm not remembering off the top of my head right now, but I'm liking it. It's not, you know, dewy. It's not like super dewy. It's more of like a natural finish. The coverage is really nice. I feel like it's definitely buildable. If I wanted to put more on, I could. I'm just putting just whatever little bit is left on the brush on my forehead, because I don't really feel like I need a whole lot of foundation on my forehead. But just so far, I'm liking it. It feels good. It looks good. I feel like I might would use a different primer, because I don't feel like that primer is really giving me what I want right now. I would like a little bit more of my pores, you know, to be a little bit more or less visible, I should say. But I didn't put a lot of that primer on either, so. But just first impressions as far as how the foundation looks, it looks like a very nice, natural situation. Decent coverage. It's not super duper full coverage like with the amount that I used. So I definitely feel like it's probably buildable, but this is all that I want for coverage today. I don't even want a whole lot of coverage, so this is working out. So we'll see how it goes with the concealer and the powder that I used today. But so far, not bad, not bad. Okay, so next I do have a lighter shade of the concealer. So I am going to go in with this lighter shade and just kind of brighten a bit. Yeah, since this is my first time, I'm not really sure. You know, it's the same concealer that I used before, but as far as brightening goes, like what kind of situation, how much of this am I going to like or want to use? I don't know. You know, does it spread a lot? You know, does it blend away easily? I don't know, but we about to find out. Okay, so I'm going to use the same concealer brush that I used before, and I did not wet this. I didn't wet it specifically because I did not want to shear out, you know, the concealer at all. I really just wanted to see the coverage and see how it's going to blend out with a brush. It's a nice brightening shade, it really is. So it seems like it's drying down a little bit faster than typical concealers that I love, but it's not like, it doesn't seem like it's like, oh my God, it's drying so fast, I don't even have time to blend it out. Not like that. It's just, you know, seems like it's drying down a little bit faster than my usual favorites, right? But it still has that nice natural look to it. It doesn't look dry and aging. I like it. I like it. I do. Okay. I like it. And this color is very, very bright. It is very bright. So I'm just going to take the brush with the foundation and just blend the sides a little bit so I can have that degree of separation from my foundation and this concealer. Yeah, so it's definitely drying down a little bit faster than other brightening concealers that I use. But all I have to do is just dampen my brush, you know, if I feel concerned about it, which I'm not. Because you can see it's still blending out. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. I like that shade. I like that color for brightening. I think it's going to look really, really nice. Okay. I do want to play with this curve case. It's like I'm kind of concerned because I'm like, I really want to set this concealer under my eyes, but we're going to risk it. We're going to take the chance and go ahead and do some bronzing. Now these bronzers are pretty dark. I guess these two. This looks like a blush actually. Ugh, child. They're so freaking similar. I think I'm gonna do this one here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this one here. It's so creamy. It's already, ugh, Lord. I don't know. Child, if this stuff mess up my face today, I'm not gonna be happy because I already really like my foundation. So I'm just gonna tap, just tap, 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 and hope and pray that this stuff don't mess me up, okay? Because I don't know if I need a lot, a little. I don't know, okay? And I'm just using my finger only because I already had dipped my fingers in there. And so, you know, I'm gonna grab a brush anyway. But yeah, so Lord help me. Okay. So I'm going to take this brush. It's fluffy, but it's a little bit more dense, you know, than a regular fluffy brush. And I'm like, should I spray my brush? Or is it going to blend out? It looks like it's blending out okay. Ciao. Well, it's definitely showing up. That's for sure. Let me blend this a little bit. Yeah, so it's definitely showing up and it's blending out nicely. So that's nice. And the shade is good. I was concerned it might be a little too dark, but it's actually quite nice. I just don't know. Put a little bit more on this side. Try to put a little bit on the sides of my nose. Just what's left on the brush, really. Y'all know I really don't be going ham with no Okay, so it's definitely sculpting my face. I think I would just have to get used to the formula a little bit because I don't think it's, I don't know, you know, just to see what the right amount is for me, because I don't know if I used, you know, a little too much or not enough. I don't know, but I definitely see it's sculpting my face. So that's nice. Okay. All right, curve case. Now, question, am I going to use one of these blushes? Because I do have the e.l.f. that I wanted to use. And I think, but this shade is really pretty too. This is kind of close to the e.l.f. shade, right? So let's go ahead and use the blush out of here too. We'll just test out, you know, the blush as well. So I'm just going to take a smaller fluffy brush and just tap it in here to see how it works out with the brush. So this is kind of like a rosy shade, and I'm just really trying to keep it on my higher points of my cheek. Okay. Oh, so that's pretty. Yeah, definitely is showing up. Okay, that's pretty. It's like I'm trying to hurry up because I really want to get this concealer set. I mean, I do see some creasing, but you know, it's kind of like, well, how long is it supposed to sit there without being set, right? So, okay. So, yeah, it's a really pretty color though. This rosy tone. I like that. It's pretty. She's pretty. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try and just blend out that concealer just a little bit so it's not too creased up before I set it. Child, I don't know. Now the powder that I'm going to be using today is this One Size Ultimate Setting Powder, and I have the shade Sweet Honey. So I have this cute little small one here that I'm going to be using, and I'm actually just tapping some on on this curve case container because why not? And I'm going to tap the excess off on my hand because I don't want too much. Okay. Seems like this powder is a little bit thicker than the one that I really, really love from Huda Beauty. You know, I love my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. So this one size seems like it's a little bit thicker, and you know, I don't like super thick powder just because it makes me look, you know, aged, a little more crepey and things like that. I don't need my powder to be super thick. Super thick. So, yeah. I mean, it's a nice enough powder just from what I could tell so far, but yeah, it's definitely thicker and more aggressive than what I'm used to. So, like maybe it's if you really like a less natural look, you know, when it comes to setting your face, because this does not look natural at all, child. It's giving drag queen a little bit. So, but it's a nice powder, but it's definitely thicker than I prefer, because it's child, yeah, definitely thicker than I prefer. Let's just say I'm glad I got the small one. Okay, now that we look like the crypt keeper, I'm gonna try out this Kosas powder that I got to go like all over my face. This is the Silky Cloud Set. Is that, oh, I think that's the shade of it, Cloud Set. So, or maybe it's Silky, I don't know, child, but this is one of the Kosas powders. Very, very pretty. Gorgeous, gorgeous looking powder. So I'm gonna use that all over my face. And I'm using a pretty large fluffy brush for this, so I can cover a lot of surface. Yeah, I feel like that one size powder is just a bit too much for me. Like, I feel like I can't even really tell if I even like this powder just because of how much of the one size that I already have on. But I feel like this is nice. This powder is nice just from what I can tell. But I feel like that one size got my face cakey already, so yeah. But it seems to me like this is a very nice powder though. I'll have to try it with my Huda Beauty. Okay, now I do want to do a little bit more. I was going to, you know, put some highlighter on, my Juvia's Place highlighter, liquid highlighter prior to powdering, but I forgot, so I'll have to do that next time. I am going to go ahead and add some of this luminous bronzing powder. This is the Giorgio Armani that I purchased during the sales, and it's pretty deep, so I'm hoping that it's gonna work out. It's looking pretty deep, so, but I want to try a little bit of this bronzing powder. Oh, that's smooth. Oh, that's really smooth. Okay. I gotta be careful because I feel like it is looking a little dark, but because it's so smooth, it's very tempting to just kind of go ham with it. But child, wait. Let's go easy with it and see how it looks. Okay. I feel like it looks nice. I definitely don't feel like it's too dark. I feel like I just have to play around with it more to kind of get a feel more of like placement for me. But it's very smooth. It's very smooth. It might not look that way, but that's user error, honey, because this stuff is very, very smooth. So far, I like it. Okay, now for blush to top that pretty rosy shade that I used from the Curve Case palette. And this is from Mitchell, just in case you're curious. Made by Mitchell. So I'm going to go in with this Flower Pots Flower Blush in Barrymore. I think like this is a good topper blush for this shade. It's almost the exact same shade, really pretty. So we're gonna go in and top it off with this. Ooh, she pretty. I think for me, if I'm gonna wear a pink, it has to be like this, more like a dusty rose type pink, because it still looks super bright on me, but it's not that like light baby doll pink, you know? And I feel like this shade is like easier for me really to kind of blend into my skin, if I'm being honest. More so than those super light, bright baby doll pinks, you know? Very pretty, very demure. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this Juvia's Place Ready Set Sealed Setting Spray, because I feel like my face is like, can you give me some hydration, please? Yes, I am a soaker, a super soaker of my face, okay? Okay, you guys, let's do some highlighter right quick. So I'm going to use my Zoeva. This is the Visionary Light in the shade Surreal. So this is what the packaging looks like. And this is what the highlighter looks like. So I'm just going to take a highlighter brush and I always feel like this is gonna be too much, but I'm just gonna tap, 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 tap. And then just kind of rub that in. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's gorgeous. I don't even mind having too much highlight today. Why? Because my eyes are not too aggressive, so. But I know one thing, I need to stop sweating. This highlighter is really pretty. It does have like a little bit of a like shimmery aspect to it, you know? I really love this Zoeva highlighter, even though it's like, can be a bit much, it's really pretty. Okay, I want to do something with my lips before I finish my eyes because my lips are dry once again. So I'm going to go in with this Juvia's Place lip liner, and this one is Cola. So just a really pretty brown shade. And then I pulled this Too Faced Melted Matte shade that I've had forever. And this one is in the shade Hot Toddy. Hot Toddy. I thought it might look nice with this blush. I don't know. Maybe I should have used a lighter lip liner. It's pretty. I mean, it really is. It's not as like pinky rosy as I thought it would be, but it's still a pretty shade. It's different. It's not one that I would typically gravitate towards. So, yeah, I like it. I actually think it does look pretty with this blush. Okay, let's finish up these eyes. I want to do a black eyeliner before I smoke out my lower lash line. So I'm just going in with a black pencil liner. Nice and dark. And I want to smoke it out, going back into the Natasha Denona palette. Am I going to do the black or the brown? I think I'm going to do some of the black. Let's just go ahead and go for it. I'm taking a very, very small, teeny tiny pencil brush. I believe this is one of my Refer brushes. Yeah, this is a Refer 23. And I'm just dragging some of that black shadow as close to my lash line as possible. And this is nice because I have good control with this little small brush, because I do want it to come down some. I am in the mood for a little smoky, but not too far. So this brush is definitely giving me the control that I need. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little bit of a larger brush, not too large though, and I'm going into that brown shade, the dark brown, and I'm going to use that just beneath that black, just to try and soften it up just a bit. It's still going to be dark and smoky, but I want to add that little bit of softening with that brown. Now I'm going in with the lighter shade, the lightest shade that I used with this, which is the second shade in the palette, just to really soften up those edges on the outer corner. So it's nice and soft, dragging it down, just making sure it's nice and blended. So it makes a huge difference, you know, since I first put that black down underneath my lower lash line. It was super duper harsh, and now this is really just softening it up a lot and blending it better, you know, with the upper portion of my eye look. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this shade here, and I'll put the name of it on the screen because I don't know what the name is and I'm not about to take it out right now. I'm going to use a Refer 26, and I'm just going to tap it in there, and I really need to spray this because this is definitely going to fall out on my face if I don't. Okay, and I'm just going to tap that there. Okay, so I got that inner corner pop going. Now I'm just going to apply these lashes. These are some Kiss lashes in the style Plunge. Is that right? Plunge, yeah. So I'm gonna pop these on and I'll be right back. Okay guys, let's go ahead and finish up. I need to put on some mascara on my lower lashes and also to kind of blend in my upper lashes. So I have this L'Oreal Paris Panorama Voluminous mascara. Yeah. Y'all know me and mascara hasn't really been getting along lately, but this little packaging is cute. Okay, it's real cute. And this is what the wand looks like. So I'm really just going to you know, just put a little bit on my lower lashes. I feel like I've been putting on, oh, that's nice. Okay. All right. I like this applicator. And the formula is like just wet enough, you know? So I'm just kind of blending my lashes in with the falsies, but I don't really know how much you guys are even going to be able to see this on my lower lashes since, you know, my eye look is so smoky. You might not even be able to see it really, but I can see it and I like it. I like it. I feel good putting on a mascara and just knowing right away that I like the consistency of it. You know, because sometimes they'd be too dry or too wet, and this one is perfect. And I actually see it doing what it's supposed to do on my lower lashes, because that's really my main concern. Of course, wearing falsies, I don't be tripping off of, you know, my upper lashes. But yeah, and I like this applicator too. I like the shape of it, because you can use the smaller tip, you know, to get into those crevices, and then you can use the bigger part to really just kind of coat your lashes, you know. So I like it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's good enough. And I only dipped in once. I like. I like. Okay, so yeah, I like. So anyways, this is the look for today, you guys. I know I talked a lot. I didn't even plan on talking a lot through this video, because it's supposed to be a quick little, you know, nip and cut type situation. But I wanted to really talk through using these products with you guys and kind of give you my thoughts on them. This palette, this little Natasha Denona, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I think it's gonna end up top shelf. It's gonna end up top shelf because it's easy. It's, you know, just your basic shades that you will need every day, you know, whether it's just a crease color, whether it's a blending shade, whether it's a deepening shade. It has that white in there. I could have popped the white in my inner corner if I wanted to. I'm feeling it. I like that, Natasha, but you need to make one a little bit bigger than that. The Coastal Lights. I like the little pop on my, you know, center of my lid. I like it. You know, I think with these, a lot of times we see all the pretty bright colors and forget about, you know, the more neutral shades. So this one here, this little taupey shade, I've been dying to use it and I love it. And of course, my little singles, y'all know I'm gonna be pulling from all kind of shadows I have in my collection to kind of create looks for you guys. And this one was pretty simple, pretty easy. You know, once you get the hang of blending and really pulling those shades together, it works out. Now for the foundation, I would say the foundation and the concealers were the items that I was most excited to use today. And I like them. We'll see how this wears. I'll let you guys know, of course, in the future with my Shop My Stashes. And I'm going to be using this more frequently just to get a feel for it. But so far, I really, really like it. I feel like I would like it even more if I would not have used that one size powder. I already know it's a good powder, but it's too much powder for me. I don't like a powder that's this thick. You know what I mean? Like, it's a bit much for me. I feel like I'm giving drag queen right now. Okay. So that's why I really had to soak my face with that Juvia's spray. So I like a powder that's a little bit lighter than that. Now, if you like a lot of coverage and you like your face to look like poof pow, that one size is good for you. Okay. This Giorgio Armani bronzer, I definitely am going to have to play with this a little more. I was kind of shy with it today because I didn't want to completely ruin my face because I feel like it might be a little too dark, but I'm thinking it might be okay. It might be okay using it with some of my regularly loved products that I'm really familiar with. I think it's going to work out. So we're going to be playing with that even more. The Kosas powder, I feel like I'm going to love this. Even though I didn't really get the true feel of this because of that one size powder, I feel like it just overwhelmed everything. I feel like what I did experience from this Kosas powder was very nice, very light, just a very beautiful kind of like blurring, dusting powder. So I think I'm gonna love that when I'm using it with what I really want to use it with. This curve case, this cream palette, I'm really excited to play with this even more. The blush I absolutely love. I feel like the bronzer, I could have went in a little more aggressively just to kind of see just how much I can bronze myself up. I was kind of playing it easy with these products today because I didn't want to overdo it. But the blush, absolutely gorgeous for sure. I love the Dusty Rose. I think it works well with what I like to do. You guys know I like to double blush. The Zoeva highlighter, I already know that I love this. I've been loving it. Honey, that highlighter be highlighting, okay? And the Flower Beauty blush. This was my first time using this one. I love this Dusty Rose shade. This Barrymore, gorgeous. Love, love, love it. I don't think I used anything else really to talk about, you know, my lip products not new except for the Juvia's Place liner, and you guys know I like that already. So, oh, and the setting spray, it smells amazing. I love the way that this setting spray smells, y'all. This smells good. I don't know if it's like florally, if it's a floral scent, or it smells good though. And it felt really nice, and I feel like it really did settle that powder into my face. Now, how well it's going to set my makeup and hold it throughout the day, I don't know. But it did what I like my setting spray to do initially, and that is really just make that powder become one with my skin, okay? And I'm really, really happy. I'm surprised I like that mascara, because y'all know me and that Sephora mascara, we've been duking it out. I'm through with it, okay? So this, so far, I really like. I'll let you guys know how I feel about it in the future. But yeah, that's it for today, you guys. I'm actually quite happy with this face. I would say the only thing that I'm not feeling, and y'all might not see again, is that one size powder. It's just a little bit too much for me. So anyways, thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you had a good time hanging out with me. Your girl is coming back. I'm feeling back. It's a new year. Let's get it, okay? And we'll revisit this no buy. I got about 5 things on my list already, okay? It is the first week of the new year, and I already got 5 things on my list that I'm supposed to be holding off on, child. Y'all pray for me, okay? Just pray for me. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Ta-da!